Hello everybody, my name is Khaled Siddiqui, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to change the microphone in your 3M drive-through headset. The microphones on these sometimes develop loose connection here, and as you move the microphone back and forth you could hear static noise, and sometimes it gets completely disconnected that you don't hear any voice at all. The earpiece will work, but you'll have no sound outgoing to the customer who's waiting in the drive-through lane. And here's how we fix that. The tools that we need for this repair is one Phillips screwdriver, two small flathead screwdrivers, and one long nose plier. I'm going to line these up so you can see what they are. This is my Phillips, long nose plier. These are my two flathead screwdrivers, and this is my Phillips. Okay, let's get started. So let's get this thing opened up. First we have to make sure you don't have battery. You cannot have a battery when you're working on something like this. So there is no battery. Remove the earpiece. The earpiece comes off like that with a rubber. And now you have three screws to open. You have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, 3 screws to open. You open them one at a time. Opening the screws should be a piece of cake. It shouldn't be too difficult, like a walk in the park. It's a little tricky after you open the screws, it's a little tricky how you snap open the case, because the case snaps with hooks all around it, so it's not like really simple, but it's not too difficult either. So like that. So that's why my nails are long, because you have to put your nails and then slide your nails. You could do prying tools as well, but nothing beats natural human nails. But there are a whole bunch of prying tools. For example, this is a prying tool that supposedly it's used for that, but it doesn't work. It scratches the case, that's why I don't like it. Okay, so once we get inside, there aren't any screws holding this. The same screw that was holding this together, this screw right there, was holding the board as well. So unplug this very carefully. So as you unplug this, make sure you hold this back like this and then unplug this so it doesn't come off like that. Now you don't necessarily have to unplug this in order to get to the mic, but just on the safe side, to get this out of the way, I did that. Otherwise you don't necessarily have to do that. This is your mic. Same thing with the mic. Hold this and then pull it. So hold this part and then pull this. Sometimes it helps if you get a flat screwdriver and do this way, like that. Okay, so that's done. Now we pull this up. And there is our microphone release mechanism. Right here we have a flat ribbon cable to lift this board so you can have better access to that. You don't necessarily have to. I mean, you could just put this aside like this and work on this, but if you want to have more room to work, you can open this, open both tabs, slide it out, and then this will slide out. Now you don't necessarily have to do all of this, because the more wires you unplug, the more wires you have to put back together. Okay, now you see that little hook? That hook is holding the microphone. It's like a circular hook like this. We need to widen widen the tip so it releases itself. It's like holding it like this, so you need to widen it like this so it releases it. That's what we need to do, widen. Okay, so that little hook, it needs to be widened so that you can release the mic. And to do that, we use 2 flat screwdrivers, both are flat, and you widen them with those screwdrivers. Make sure that this doesn't fly away, because it's very easy for people to lose this pin because it flies away. So I removed the pin. There is the pin right there. Now what I need to do is I need to use a plier to kind of bend this so it's closer back together once I put it back, because right now it's too far apart. So I take out this mic, and don't forget that you have a little tension controller. This tension controller is very important, because without this the mic will be swinging back and forth. So now I'm going to take a replacement mic. Okay, so this is my replacement mic, and I'm going to put this back in. This washer right here, this washer goes on this side. That's where the washer goes. The cable goes in like that, and then your tension controller goes. But remember, look at the tension controller. If you notice, there's like a notch, like a cut on that edge, and for that notch you have a little block on this edge, which that has to go there. So that is in order for the thing to not make 360-degree circle. Okay, so I'll put this in. There. It's nice and neatly in place. And now I'm going to put this locking mechanism there, and as you see, the mouth is too wide open, so I have to push it together. So you need a plier, long nose plier. When you put this back in, make sure you apply pressure downwards so that the tension is tight on it. There. See how tight that is? It's not going anywhere. Nice and tight. And this way the mic is not going to be moving freely. There should be some kind of a tension here. I'm talking resistance in the base. There should be some kind of a resistance so the mic is not moving freely back and forth. See, like it has to have some kind of a resistance. You have to have push it harder in order for it to move. Otherwise it will fall down. The user would like to have the mic in this position, and it will fall down if you don't push that in under high tensions. So now this is ready, and let me put it back together. This is your antenna, so be very careful not to break this, because this could break from there. That's your antenna wire, and it plugs in and out like this. Alright, so we put this back in place. The antenna wire goes right there. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see a little more area. Okay, so we put this back in place. So the antenna goes right there, as you can see. This right here, let me show you, this is also important. This right here goes on the headband. That's where they're gonna go, on the headband. It's gonna go on the headband. This wasn't supposed to come out. It fell off, I put it back. So I open this and push this back in. You push it all the way in, and only then, when it's pushed all the way in, only then you push in the tabs. Let me zoom in. So first, see this wire right here? You push it all the way in. Once it's all the way in, it doesn't go any more inwards. Then you push these down to hold it. Now we have two cables to plug in. This is for the microphone, and this is for the earphone. Cables are plugged in. All the cables are plugged in. Okay, so this part snaps in underneath. Let me go up to zoom out. This part snaps in underneath. This right here. Let me remove it so you can see again. This goes under that, like that, like this, and then we snap it close. Put these screws. We are missing a screw. Oh, there it is. And you put this back in place. Let's put this, turn it on, and let's test this. Perfect. Works. Hello, 1 2. Works like a charm. So yeah, we are good to go on this one. Alright, well, it wasn't that difficult, but it does take like 10-15 minutes to finish the job. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.